Alright, so we're going to look at the classwork that goes along with 16.2, mean absolute deviation. That's page 459 to 461. So, number one, I feel like you can do on your own, just following the 3 rules. So the steps to find a mean absolute deviation. First, you've got to find the mean, or the average, of all of the data points, which means you add them all up and then divide by the total number there. And then you've got to see how far each one of these is away, or how far they deviate away from whatever this number, that mean, is. And then you're going to step 3, find the mean of all of those points, all of the deviation points. You're going to add those all up and then divide by the same number. This gives you the mean absolute deviation, okay? So we're going to show that on number 2. Number 2 says to do it using a spreadsheet. We're not using computers, so you can just do this using a calculator. And yes, I am cool with you using a calculator. This is a lot. I don't want you to get stuck and hung up in the computation part. I want you to be able to practice the skill of those steps, all right? So the first thing we have to do here is we have to find the mean. So we have to add all of these numbers up, which I've already done here. You add all those numbers up, and you should get 404 point something. Why are my Post-it notes not my friend today? There we go, 404.1, and there's 9 different points. So I'm going to divide 404.1 by 9, and I get 44.9 as my mean. That is my mean, all right? So that's my step 1, right here, step 1. Step 2, I have to find out how far all of these numbers deviate from this number, 44.9. Guess what? I've already done that for us. Okay, done that for us here. All right. So when I add all of these deviation points up, we now know how far each one deviates from the mean. This is step 2. Step 3, we're going to find the mean of all of these deviation points, which means we need to add them all up and divide by the total number that's there. So we add them up and we divide it by 9, and we get about 0.733333. You can just do 3 with a little line over it, because that just means that it continues on. So we then fill that in here. Our mean, we already found out, was 44.9. Our MAD was 0.7333. You can just put a little line to let it know it goes on. All right. Now it says, this time did the bus driver meet the company's goal? All right, so the company's goal, let's look up here. A bus ride should take about 45 minutes. The company's goal is to have a MAD less than 0.5. Is this less than 0.5? No, that's greater than. They did not meet their goal, because the goal was less than 0.5, and this is greater than 0.5. So they did not meet the goal. All right, so let's flip over to one of the other problems. We're going to look at number, is this 460? Yeah, we're going to page 460. All right, number 7. I'm going to do number 7 for us. You can probably handle this one. These numbers are really small, and I'm letting you use the calculator. You're following the same process, okay? Here we go for number 7. So step 1, we have to find the mean of all of both this chart and this chart. So here's what I've done. I've put all of those numbers down. I've listed the numbers so it's easy to figure out our mean, all right? We're going to add all the numbers up for this first one, which is, oh, this is the beginning. Let's label. This is the beginning teacher. And this is end of the year teacher scores, right? So that's the scores. So we're comparing those 2 scores. Let's see the difference. So first, this one, let's find our average. When we find our average here, the average score, or the mean, is about 83. So this one is about 83. We just found step 1. Step 2, we need to figure out how far these numbers are away from 83. So we have to subtract them from 83. This is how far each one of them are. So if I added 2 to 81, I'd get 83. So that's those numbers. Step 3, I have to find the mean of all of those points. So I'm going to take all those points and I'm going to add them up and divide by 10, because that's how many are there, and I get 3.7. So my MAD is 3.7 for beginning teaching. So we're going to just leave that as it is and come over and look at the end of the year teaching numbers. So again, first I have to do is add all of them up. I add all these numbers up. That's my step 1. Add them up. Now I need to divide by 10 because that's how many are there. All right, when I divide by 10, I get 8.1, which we're averaging a whole number here. These are all whole numbers, of 81. Step 2, we've got to figure out how far each one of these points is away from my 81. Here we go. I did it right there for you. So 79 plus 2 would give me an 81. 82 minus 1 would give me an 81. So these are all of our deviation points. So we are now ready to do step 3, which is find the average or the mean of these numbers. We need to add all these numbers up, divide by 10. You get 21 divided by 10 is 2.1. All right, now we've got to figure out what it wants us to know for number 7. Because that's what we're going to use. We're going to use this information. Let me fold this back. Oops, so it's a little easier to see. Where's our question? There we are. There's our 2 answers. It said calculate the MADs. Okay, I did that. Did the teachers make progress in their standardized scores? All right. So, well, they made progress in that their variability is less. So the range of scores is less. Their overall average, though, could have been higher here with the first round of testing. Okay. So I'm interested to see what you guys got in terms of your thought process of did teachers make progress, what your thought was on that. All right. If you have any other questions, feel free to shoot me a message in Google Classroom or on my Google Voice text. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.